All right, so this man needs no introduction. He's been on my channel many times. We've got Bart Kay. Thanks so much for coming on today, Bart.
My
And
pleasure, man.
we're going to talk about your 5 or 6 hacks actually now for
Mm,
optimal health.
yep,
So let's go through these pretty quickly. I know we're a little bit, limited with time today. So,
sure.
um, what should we start with? Do you want to start with the brain retraining?
Yeah, well, let's start with that because this is a new addition to my list. I mean, I've been banging on about 5 health hacks that I use. Actually, they're almost my entire toolkit when I'm dealing with clients. And for me, the problems that people have that lead to health complaints, issues, problems are chronic systemic inflammation, which is usually underpinned by gut dysfunction in the first place, and that leads to a chronic systemic inflammation leading to brain issues, psychological issues, health issues, physically of all kinds. So I've had these 5 hacks for quite a few years now, where I've said, look, these are all 5 practical, these are things you do, these are things you put into your lifestyle, you make these things a part of your life. And that deals with the inflammation, the gut dysfunction, all of the stuff that's related to all of that by itself for most people. However, there are some people that are kind of treatment resistant a bit, that have problems that go beyond that a little bit. And it seems that that's where number 6 comes in. And it's the brain retraining, it's the rewiring of how our brain interacts with the world, the reality in which we objectively find ourselves. It's a series of skills that, I mean, you're teaching your brain to deal with the reality it finds itself in a better way. And often the one thing that stops people from healing, despite doing the 5 things I suggest they should do, has been thought processes that undermine all of that stuff. And that's really where you're coming from with this community. So that's why I absolutely immediately went, yes, this makes sense. And I put my full weight of recommendation behind it. So there you go. Why don't you tell us about it, Scott? I mean,
Yeah, well, I started this because I was chasing the gut component forever, and the carnivore diet, for instance, can be an amazing healing protocol and dietary intervention to follow if you have, SIBO and other types of gut inflammatory conditions. But if you're stressed out and you don't handle your stress properly, and you've been dealing with chronic illness for a long time, your brain sort of goes into this fight or flight system loop, almost like a broken tape recorder. And it's impossible to heal when you're in that mode. When your nervous system is constantly upregulated and you're constantly releasing these inflammatory hormones. There was even a study done recently. I know that, you've talked a lot about the gut microbiome and how we know about as much about the gut microbiome as we do about Mars, right? Which is true. But, there's a study done recently showing that people who were under more stress had certain types of pathogenic overgrowth of certain types of bacteria that are more commonly associated with certain types of conditions like candida overgrowth, whatever. Not salmonella, but I'm trying to think of the others. I can't right off the top of my head, but so certain strains are more associated with like inflammation. So like methane archaea flourish in times where your gut might be inflamed, and your vagus nerve gets shut down, your detox pathways don't work as well. So it plays such a huge role in being able to heal and prevent any illness from coming on in the first place. So that's why we started this community, Wired for Healing. It's yourself, myself, Pim is kind of like the head coach. If you guys have been living under a rock, Pim is Bart's partner. She's lovely. She's amazing. And Annabelle Smithson. And we do this like religiously. We have 5, 6 classes a week. And we really look at the brain retraining component, but we look at sort of like a lot of other types of interventions. So diet, what you're doing, your lifestyle, exercise, a lot of stuff that Bart's going to talk about today, right? So making sure your circadian rhythm is on track. You're building relationships, you have the support of a community, and you're really looking at a lot of different aspects of your life for healing, because healing is very multifaceted. It's not just, you know, go on a carnivore diet for a lot of people and everything just magically appears, even though you're stressed out and you hate your life and you hate your job and you have poor relationships and so on and so forth. Like, there's a lot of components to health here, right? Now,
Yeah.
some people, maybe the only missing component for them was a carnivore diet, or their diet sucked, right? And they go on a carnivore diet and everything sort of magically gets better, and that's great. But there's the other sort of half of us that require more intervention, right? And that's why I started this community. So Bart has a code, limbic-training.com. That's limbic-training.com. When you go sign up for membership, you just type in the code Bart Kay and you get 10% off your first month. So what's next, Bart?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was it in terms of the plug for the Wired for Healing community. As a sixth of the life hacks, the health hacks that I now incorporate into when I'm talking to people, it's like, right, what is going on? Get the history from the person. What is the health issues that the person is experiencing? And people have all sorts of different things that they're experiencing, different health complaints, health conditions, both physical, emotional, mental health, all of that. Some people have multiple across physical and mental health issues. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't separate, like, the gut and the brain, they go together, right? You can't separate the two. Right?
Well, your gut is thought of as the second brain. In fact, there are more nerve endings in your gut lining than there are anywhere else in the entire rest of your body outside of your central nervous system. The brain, I mean. It is a brain in and of itself. It does absolutely react and interact with the microbiome in such a way as that it's a very, very powerful lever. So absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And the bacteria in your gut also produce these neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, right?
Yep.
And that they have such a huge effect on your mood and neurological function as well, right? So
Absolutely.
I came to that harsh realization. If you have a gut injury, you're going to have a brain injury and vice versa. You can't separate the two.
Exactly. So let's run through the 6 just really quickly, just so that people know what the 6 life hacks are that a person should. Because no matter what somebody presents with health-wise, the answer is going to be the same pretty much. And that is that condition, whatever they tell me, like 99.9% of the time, it is underpinned by chronic systemic inflammation and gut dysfunction. Every time. Bar, very, very few cases where it's clearly something different. Okay. So here are the solutions. Number 1, a 100% carnivorous diet, which a person needs to get to over a 6 to 8 week period from wherever their diet is now to where it needs to be, which is 100% carnivore. They need to make that change in their diet over 6 to 8 weeks, ramping out the bad stuff, ramping in the good stuff. Okay. No huge stepwise changes. No change your diet overnight. I'm going carnivore tomorrow. No. That will disturb your microbiome. That will set you back months. Some people get away with it. No side effects that they're aware of. They are the kind of people I generally refer to as hateful bastards. Step 2, there are a range of products that I definitely throw my full weight behind from a company called Cerule, Cerule, for which my personal affiliate link, my IBO link, my independent business owners link there, I'm a distributor, is BKAY Nutrition, all one word, lowercase, .cerule, CERULE.com. The 4 products that I suggest people take on a daily basis every single day are Stem Enhance Ultra, Sciactive, Plasma Flow, and Collagen Active. The cheapest way to do that is in a pack of 4 called a wellness pack, where you give them your credit card details. They process the credit card on the same day of the month, every month. You don't have to remember. It just happens. And they send it to you. That's what you should take, those 4 products, plus any others you feel like as well. But they are the 4 baseline that everybody should take for anti-inflammatory, body renewal, repair of tissues that may be worn out, broken down, dysfunctional, stressed, distressed, whatever. that's the solution in terms of supplements. They are the only supplements that I suggest a person should take on a daily basis necessarily, every person, every day. Right, that's step 2. Step 3, ground yourself electrically for as much of the time as is feasible and possible in your lifestyle. I sleep grounded. The bed that I sleep on is grounded. When I'm working at this desk here, I have a mouse pad, which I'm currently touching right now, which is electrically grounded. So 20 hours a day, I'm grounded. Some people can't achieve 20 hours a day. Great. You can achieve sleeping grounded, so do that at least. Step 4.
Hold up. Sorry, I have a
Yep.
question about it. What does that mean exactly? Because some people might be confused. Sleeping grounded. What does that mean? You
That
have
means
grounding
there's a
mat.
mat. There's a mat underneath my bed sheet that is electrically grounded. The other way that you can ground yourself electrically is take your shoes and socks off, go outside and stand on the grass. Or, spend some time outside with your feet on the ground. Grass or dirt, though, not concrete, because concrete is an insulator pretty much, unless it's wet, in which case you'll ground through that. At the beach, sand is made of glass. Glass is an insulator. You need to get in the water. Put your toes in the water. You'll be grounded by the ocean then. Anyway, so that's grounding. The next thing, number 4, and these, by the way, you do all 6. And I'm just giving them a number to list them out. None of these are negotiable. You must do all 6. So number 4, for want of a better number, or item D, if you like, whatever, doesn't matter. When the sun is lower than the horizon, i.e. it is nighttime, then this is what you do. Easy. You block blue light, basically. These are blue blocking clip-ons. You can get sunglasses. Don't wear them during the day. I should take these off because it's daytime here. They are a nighttime thing. They'll be sold to you as blue blocking sunglasses. No, don't block blue light at day, only at nighttime. Now, a couple of caveats on this. The color of the lenses is that color. It's dark orange, it's amber. Yellow, no good. Clear lenses, that computer lenses for blocking blue light that are clear, no. Because if you can see blue, then it's not blocked, is it?
Why not yellow though?
Because yellow is only a partial blue block.
So you'll get some blockage, but not full blockage.
That's right. You need full blockage for this to be effective, and that is dark orange, amber colored, like you can see on the screen here. Okay. Not yellow and certainly not clear. Dark orange. Okay. So do that. When the sun is below the horizon, put those on, or make it completely dark. You can even use infrared during that time if you like to, because that's quite good at nighttime if you can afford that, and if you've got the right infrared kit, sure. Right, so that's the 4th one. The 5th one is the right amount of the right exercise on the right schedule, and that is high intensity exercise, so burst and repeat sprint activities, or resistance training, weights, heavy weights, or very, very low intensity, like just walking. Nothing in the middle. No aerobic training, no cardiovascular training, no endurance training, none of that stuff that's in that middle of the intensity. Very, very high or very, very low. Half an hour, 45 minutes a session. 3 times a week, no more. That's number 5. And number 6 is make yourself known to the Wired for Healing community. That's run by Scott and Annabelle and Pim and myself in a much more cursory sort of a way as an occasional guest to the thing, and to have a code so that people can get 10% off sort of thing. I'm focused on the 5 practical sides of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I've just listed out. I've now added number 6 as here's something you should absolutely do. But to get advice on exactly how to do it and to be a part of it, then you go and be a part of that community.